Happy 21st of December. Today is the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. Soon, many families will begin decorating the Christmas tree they've brought into their home. Most, however, wait to light the tree until December 24th. In Danish families, traditions vary when it comes to decorating the tree. When I was a child, either my mom or my dad would put the electric Christmas lights on the branches on December 23rd, along with the star on top, of course. As I remember it, my siblings and I would decorate it together when we all still lived at home. Later, when I was the only one left at home, the task fell to me, and it was always in the morning of December 23rd. I looked forward to this important job so much and felt incredibly lucky. My mom would bring the boxes of Christmas decorations down from the attic, and I'd spend hours carefully arranging and hanging the ornaments as best as I could. It always felt like the job was over too quickly. During this time, we'd also check whether any ornaments had broken over the year and decide if they were worth repairing. I decorated the tree while the living room was filled with the scent of cookies, chocolate, and marzipan from the candy bowls that were always set out, as well as the aroma of fir and candle wax. Meanwhile, the TV played various Christmas movies and programs in the background. Our decorations had, and still have, a lot of history. Most were glass baubles in red, gold, and silver, with a few in other colors. There were also small instruments like drums, violins, and trumpets. Danish flags, small red apples, angels, and birds that looked like real taxidermy. We also had paper cones with lids to keep their contents from tempting passers-by too much. We had homemade woven hearts too, but I don't really remember us hanging them on the tree. Instead, I loved hanging them in my room, on my bedside lamp, bulletin board, or door, for example. The tradition of decorating trees with instruments dates back to the aftermath of the 1864 war, when southern Jutland was unwillingly placed under German rule. The Danish population began showing their national pride in other ways, including through red and white Christmas decorations, such as paper roses, hearts, Danish flags, and ornaments hung with red and white ribbons. Fun fact, the famous Danish Christmas carol, Højt fra træets grønne top, is a tribute to Denmark and its resilient youth, completely devoid of the Christian messages typically found in other Danish Christmas hymns. A piece of Christmas decoration that we've already mentioned several times in this podcast is the woven Christmas heart. Although many believe it, Hans Christian Andersen likely wasn't the inventor of it. However, Denmark's oldest preserved woven heart, made of shiny green and yellow paper, was indeed crafted by Andersen in the early 1860s. It doesn't have a handle though, and so it wasn't used as a tree ornament. Paper crafting was already highly fashionable in the 18th century Germany, so the woven heart apparently originates from there. But adding a handle and using it as a Christmas tree decoration seems to be a uniquely Danish tradition. In our home, we usually kept the tree up with its decorations and lights until after New Year's. Because in the Faroe Islands, it's customary to leave the tree up until Epiphany on January 6. In Denmark, it's often more about when the tree starts shedding too many needles, or when people are simply tired of looking at the Christmas decorations. Apartment dwellers usually dispose of their trees by leaving them out for bulk waste collection, where they're picked up and turned into compost. Homeowners often bring their trees to the nearest recycling center as garden waste. Where I come from, all trees are used to prevent sand drift in the dunes. The trunks can also be used as firewood, but only after they've dried thoroughly, which might take 3 to 4 months. But I'm really curious to hear from other Danes about the Christmas tree traditions and types of decorations they grew up with. So I asked my colleague Eskil and my friend Mathilde a few quick questions. So who decorates the Christmas tree at the place where you celebrate Christmas Eve?
Normally it's decorated by me and my sister, mostly my sister, and then I do what she tells me to do. Because she has the best aesthetics sense.
Does she not? Does she think so, or do you agree?
Oh, I definitely agree.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's it's mostly us that does it. Yeah, my brother is responsible for putting it in its socket. Is it called a socket?
A foot? A socket. I get it.
We decorated actually on the 24th. It's definitely in the morning. So it's one of the first things we do after breakfast.
What about the lights? Are they real candles or are they electric lights?
We have always used real candles.
You daredevils. Would you leave the room with the lights lit, or how do you go about it?
No, there's always someone there. It's obviously when we light the candles, it's because we focus on the tree. Of course, the presents beneath, but some eyes are always on the tree. So, well, we take it in quite late. We take it in quite late. So it's sometimes maybe not wet, obviously, but damp. I don't know. Well, the candles, they just go out by themselves. There's no wax left, so it's just magic.
It is Christmas.
Yeah.
Then how would you describe your family's Christmas tree decorations?
Well, in one word, old. They're quite simple. We don't have a lot. Also because we have 2 dogs, and sometimes some of the ornaments hang a bit low. So every year we have a little less. We have flags actually. They are so old. I think they're older than me. They're from my grandma and grandpa's. So yeah. I don't think my mom has ever bought her own. And when she did, it was a very long time ago. Yeah.
Do you have a star at the top of the tree?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we've always had a star.
Any tradition tied to, who gets to put it there?
No traditions, really. It's usually just my brother, because he's the tallest, so he can reach.
When it comes to decorating the Christmas tree in my home, I think it's mostly up to my wife and son. I will put on the lights, Christmas lights, and we do the electric ones because as much as I enjoy a live flame, it is pretty dangerous. So I'll put on the Christmas lights and make sure that those are plugged in and ready, and then I'll leave it to my wife and son and maybe some other family who might join us to decorate the tree, usually on the 23rd of December. So it's just ready for Christmas. Except for the star. I'll take care of that because I'm tall. And I kind of remember when my son was really young, I would lift him up and have him put the thing on the star on top of the tree, but he's so big now, I can't really lift him like that anymore. Yeah. So I'll take care of the star, unless he can get on like a small ladder. He can take care of it. That's okay with me. The type of decorations that we will put on the tree is a good mix of stuff that we made ourselves, like like braided paper stars, hearts, and then some old school stuff that we have had lying around that has been passed down through generations, I guess. Some really like nostalgic stuff that was on the Christmas tree when I grew up, and some that was on my wife's Christmas tree when she grew up. And then some new stuff. We're not opposed to putting new stuff up on the tree. My son, for a couple of years, have been given beautiful baubles from my sister-in-law. She's bought him some really awesome ones, like modern stuff, an astronaut and a cool car with a tree on top of it. Something for him to keep, and they come up as well, of course. So yeah, something from back in the days and some new stuff, and a good mix of stuff like that. But we don't overcrowd the tree, not too much, and none of that lametta stuff. As cool as it looks, it's too much, at least in my living room.
A big thank you to Eskil and Mathilde for helping us learn more about the Christmas tree situation in Danish homes. Have a wonderful 21st of December. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.